Rihanna and Katy Perry were best friends. Despite working in a competitive industry, these two were always loyal to each other, going on vacations together, going to concerts together. At one point, Rihanna was even Katy Perry's maid of honor, but their relationship quickly soured when Chris Brown came back into the picture. Katy Perry said some nasty things about Rihanna, which led to Rihanna firing back even harder. This is a famous friendship that turned into a famous feud. So let's get into it. Typically, the industry loves to pit two women against each other, especially pop stars, two women that just can't seem to get along. It's been happening for decades within the industry, but today we're talking about a friendship and feud that fell apart organically because of personal beliefs and decisions. Once upon a time, Rihanna and Katy Perry were very close friends, but between Russell Brand and Chris Brown, their friendship fell apart. Before we talk about how these besties became enemies, let's talk about where their friendship began. It looks like Katy Perry actually complimented Rihanna's Valentino purse in 2009, and then it looks like Rihanna promised to send the same one as a gift. Katy told Elle magazine, "I was like, oh great, here's one of those tricks who talks fast friends but never lives up to it." But it turns out Rihanna sent it on Valentine's Day. She said that Katy Perry got a Valentino bag in the mail from her. Katy thought, wow, this is a woman of her word, which I do feel like Rihanna is. One thing about Rihanna is that she does not play around. Rihanna was surprised that Katy even remembered that moment. Rihanna said, "I'll tell you, you do not find people like her in this industry. She's gorgeous, charming, and so unedited, it's scary." That's so true, even now. That's what intrigued me the most, Rihanna said. She said it like she saw it. "I trust people like that. I feel safe around people who tell me beep, beep, cussing, because I know they'll always tell me the truth." Now, you know, celebrities, they don't have to speak about each other, so the fact that Rihanna is speaking so highly about Katy Perry is telling. From that point on, they became inseparable. We saw them at each other's concerts, sitting side by side at each other at award shows, even vacationing together. Rihanna threw Katy Perry a wild bachelorette party in 2010, just showing how tight they were. Katy called Rihanna a rare, genuine friend in this industry. There's a lot of dark in this business. Every time I see her, I'm reminded of the light she has. Now, that's a lot to unpack. I mean, even vacationing together, and yes, it's true. In 2009, they went to Barbados together. Rihanna flew Katy Perry out to Barbados. I mean, she's living the dream. The tropical trip was widely covered by the press and symbolized how deep their bond had become. At this point, Katy was planning her wedding to Russell Brand, and she actually asked Rihanna to be her maid of honor. Rihanna, of course, accepted the role and even planned Katy's bachelorette party, like we said, in Vegas, which must be nice to have, like, you know, Rihanna your friend, because she's gonna pull through. The party was poolside at the Hard Rock Hotel Beach Club. Katy was sporting a white bikini and a veil hanging from the back of her bikini bottom. Here's a clip of Rihanna talking about her friendship with Katy.
What I really want to ask you about is Katy Perry's bachelorette party.
I bet.
Yeah, I do. Now, you and Katy are good friends, aren't you?
Yes.
We call them hen parties here.
I know.
And what happens? Hen party
was really, really fun. Like, it was chaotic. The moment we landed in Vegas, we never stopped moving until the moment we left. We just went to the pool, we went to see a show, we went to dinner, we went to the club, the strip club, and then we went to the tables for a minute, and then I got on a plane and went to work to shoot Only Girl in the World's music video.
It sounds like they had a crazy night in Vegas. They grabbed dinner at the Ago and relaxed at a VIP table at XS. Comment below if you've been to Vegas before or if you want to go to Vegas one day. I have another clip of Katy Perry talking about this bachelorette party with Rihanna. It's actually before they had the party, and Katy was talking about how she wanted Rihanna to strip for her.
So, do you know what you want to do for your bachelorette party?
I want her to strip at my bachelorette party.
Oh, okay. Does she know that?
She's gonna get the message right now.
Okay, so like what part of her body are you more interested in like seeing?
The whole bit.
Let me put this on you real quick, because if you have been seriously injured, your injury could be worth millions. That is why you need the right representation to take care of your case. And I'm talking about Morgan & Morgan. They are America's largest injury law firm, and they're not here for the small checks. Their team gets serious results. Over the past few months, they have won millions for their clients involved in life-altering car crashes, like $12 million for a client in Florida and another $26 million for someone in Philly. That is dozens of times higher than what insurance companies tried to pay. And this isn't some old school injury law firm buried in paperwork. You could literally start your claim online within minutes using your smartphone. It's free to sign up, and you don't have to pay anything unless they win your case. No catch, no retainer, no upfront. If you've been involved in a serious accident, don't try to just go and tough it out. You could be walking away from life-changing money. One click could change everything. You could check out my link in the description below, forthepeople.com/Sloan, or you can scan the QR code on the screen to go and start your claim today with Morgan & Morgan. Thank you to Morgan & Morgan for sponsoring this video, and enjoy. Now, this next tidbit of information is important for later. The bachelorette party followed Russell Brand's arrest on September 17th after getting in a fight with a paparazzi at LAX. After the incident, Katy posted on Twitter, "If you cross the line and try to put a lens up my dress, my fiance will do his job and protect me. Hashtag stand by your man. Hashtag don't F with the brands." So that was an interesting moment, right? Well, let me fast forward a little bit more into 2010, because there's something tragic that happens. Katy Perry has her wedding, but Rihanna is a no-show. Rihanna revealed that she'll never forgive herself for missing Katy Perry's wedding. I mean, you were the maid of honor, but she's blaming her management. So Rihanna was expected to be the maid of honor at the special Indian ceremony. I don't know why it was Indian. Comment below if you know why. But instead had to skip. She said it was a crazy time, it was a crazy week, and she was actually switching managements over this.
No, well, because the album is coming out in 2 weeks, and I had to be available for a lot of approvals, you know, emails and stuff. You couldn't get any phone service or internet service out there, so it was scary. You know, it would have been a little irresponsible, but she understood, and I was glad that I could at least throw her bachelorette party and be involved somehow. I was crushed. I was really looking forward to it.
Even though Rihanna has her reasons, it's pretty sad. One insider said it was always sort of up in the air if she would go anyway, and Katy Perry knew that. They did save Rihanna a room just in case, but they always knew it would be nearly impossible for her to make it because she was finishing an album. Now, there were some fans who speculated that maybe Rihanna wasn't approving of Russell Brand, and that's why she was kind of like silently protesting the marriage by not showing up. I mean, if you have that much money and that much power, like, can't you just release the album like a little bit later? I mean, like, is she truly not in control of her life because they're so rich they could take a private jet over to, I guess it was in India, that's why it's Indian, and come back. Now, some speculated that Rihanna, who had experienced trauma with Chris Brown, may have had reservations about Katy marrying someone with such a chaotic behavior and so many controversial antics. Katy actually never addressed the fact that Rihanna did not go to her wedding. Rihanna previously laughed off rumors that she and Katy were at odds over the former giving her friend relationship advice. Rihanna said Katy can date anyone. Now, in one article, there's an accusation that Rihanna had given Katy Perry some dating advice, which may be why they were at odds, but Rihanna tried to clear that up. She said Katy Perry can date anyone she wants. Kind of odd that, like, Rihanna is even commenting on this. She said, besides, who the F am I to say anything? I could never give relationship advice to anybody. At least she's honest about that. But it was on November 6th, 2012, where Katy and Rihanna officially had a falling out. At the 2012 MTV Music Awards, Rihanna made headlines after publicly kissing her ex-boyfriend Chris Brown at the event. According to the New York Daily News, Mary Claire, the kiss shared between the two exes didn't sit well with Katy Perry, who told Rihanna she was making a huge mistake. Katy did not approve of Rihanna's rekindling of the romance with Chris Brown, who had attacked her in 2009. She never publicly condemned Rihanna, but she couldn't support the decision. According to sources, Katy viewed them getting back together as not only dangerous, but self-destructive. Friends of Katy said that she felt helpless watching someone she cared about do what she thought was a harmful decision. And this moment really marked the ending of their friendship slowly unraveling. And, you know, it makes sense. What Chris Brown did to Rihanna is completely unacceptable. Remember, it was 2009 when a 19-year-old Chris Brown made headlines for attacking Rihanna after the Grammys. She had to go to the hospital and it did not look good. Chris would later describe the attack saying, "With a closed fist, I punched her and busted her lip." Ouch.
According to Perez Hilton, Katy is furious that Rihanna is even back with Chris Brown. And it's ruined their friendship. Just last year, it was Katy and Rihanna who were together at the Grammys. They looked like they wanted to go home together too, right? and so now that Chris is back with Rihanna, it's just kind of ruined it for Katy. You know, she's like, you know, why? How could you? And then some people look at Katy and say, well, why and how could you? Because she's with John Mayer. But a cheater and a beater are two different things.
One person wrote on Reddit that Chris Brown ruins everything he's in proximity to. Now, after that point, we start to see some messier headlines, like Katy Perry appeared to criticize Rihanna's entourage. Behind the scenes, there were whispers that Rihanna's inner circle may have contributed to the fallout between her and Katy. Katy spoke about this in 2013, saying, "I'm not a babysitter. I'm not here to save people. I'm done saving celebrities." And a lot of people felt like this was the fact that Katy Perry was emotionally drained trying to be Rihanna's friend when not really getting the same in return. In 2013, Katy said, "We've had a dinner and that's about it. I didn't reach out to her after she got back with Chris Brown. I think she's doing fine, but I don't know." And she said that in a 2013 MTV interview. Insiders claim that Katy saw the reunion as a huge mistake and refused to endorse it. In 2013 at the Grammys, she even declined to sit next to Rihanna. So the tension grew huge. Now moving into 2014, it seems like things started to cool off. In 2015, they were acting all right around each other. In 2015, Katy Perry actually gives Rihanna fan art for her birthday. She wrote, "Happy birthday to my flawless friend Rihanna. May I bestow this gift of beautiful fan art of us embracing and a passionate, almost kiss. I hope you go to bed with all your makeup on tonight, aka black out. Love you, miss you. Hope to share a yacht with you in the future, BB." Now, there is speculation that there was like a romantic relationship between them two, which, whew, hot and I'm cold. You found love in a hopeless place. Very hopeless. There's no credible evidence, this article reads, or confirmation that Katy and Rihanna ever did the dirty, but their close friendship, especially in the early 2010s, did spark some fan speculation and playful rumors. Playful rumors. I mean, it looks like Katy Perry's getting hot and cold, or maybe hot in this instance here. I just can't stop thinking of hot and cold. And we found love in a hopeless place because truly, that's their moment. Now, people on Reddit are so messy. One person writes, "They 100% slept together." Another comments, "I think Katy is straight as an arrow, but Rihanna and Cara Delevingne 100% had a thing." One person questioned, "But Katy had a song, 'I Kissed a Girl.' Is that straight as an arrow?" While another person posted, "Plot twist, they were a couple." Now, I know we're jumping gears here, but there was a moment in 2017 where Rihanna threw a little bit of shade at Katy Perry. She was interviewed and asked, "Hey, would you ever judge a reality show like American Idol, like your buddy Katy Perry?" She replied saying, "Oh, I don't know. Depends on how bored I am." Then in 2018, Rihanna leaves Katy Perry off of the guest list for the Met Gala after party. So she threw a after party for the Met and invited people, of course, from the Met there, but did not even invite Katy. Both attended the Met Gala, but while they posted for a brief awkward photo, Rihanna, who was co-chairing the event, reportedly did not invite Katy to her exclusive after party. A source said that Katy felt snubbed and embarrassed, especially because Rihanna was to be her maid of honor at one point. Like, how did we get here? The snub was viewed as a public declaration that the friendship was no longer intact. Even their photo together at the event showed a noticeable lack of warmth. Yeah, Rihanna, she's like, F this B, she's over her. Also, Katy Perry had that freaky hair. I'd be like, is that Ellen DeGeneres or what? Sorry, I'm not a fan of this look on her. I'm just not. Shout out to the pixie haircut girlies out there. I look like I have a pixie cut at this point. I'm not hating on the pixie cut. It just does not look good with Katy Perry. And plus, her energy in this era was so weird. Now, in my opinion, I think Katy Perry would love to be friends with Rihanna, but Rihanna is done with her. I think after she got with Chris Brown and saw that Katy kind of publicly shamed her, she just was done. Like in 2023, there was a moment where Katy Perry tweeted, "Sending you all the love. You got this, Rihanna." I feel like she looked at her phone and said, girl, like, you know I have this, like, bye. We also have a moment a few years earlier in 2020 where Katy Perry was congratulating Rihanna on giving birth to her child, which again seems like a nice gesture from Katy, but silence from Rihanna.
Your girl Rihanna is a new mom. What advice do you have for Riri?
Oh, I don't have any advice. I just have full-on congratulations. It's the best decision that I was ever able to make, and I know she's just in pure bliss right now, so congrats, girl.
So, nice gesture, but it didn't fix anything. Neither of them have spoken about each other. They have continued their lives very differently. Katy went into American Idol, and now this crazy tour she's on. Rihanna's like barely even making music anymore, but she's a billionaire, so good for her. At the end of the day, it seems like they're neutral, but I do feel like if there was a moment where one was asked about the other, I could see Rihanna saying something shady. Rihanna owes nothing to nobody. She's made so much money. She's self-made. Chef's kiss. I mean, like, that's a life, right? That is a life. But we all have beautiful lives too. I just want to remind you guys, if you ever are at home or anything, like, you know, take in the moments and be grateful and take pleasure in the little things, because sometimes people who are like super rich, yeah, it must be nice, but they're not happy either. Okay, let's go ahead and look at this P.O. box item. Someone sent it to me from, it looks like Pennsylvania, and it looks like it says SE Activewear. Thank you so much. I just got a bunch of P.O. box packages, so thank you guys for sending me things. A lot of people send me like their little, like, their brands or something. Oh, cute. Okay, let's see if we have a note in here. Oh my gosh, why do I feel like I've not been getting notes lately? Okay, maybe it's packaged within this. Oh. Okay, no note. But it said it says SE Activewear. Well, thank you. I wish I could thank a person, but they sent me a hat that says Purpose. So I guess there's an activewear company. Do you guys like me in a beanie? What do you think? I actually really like the color of it though. I do like the color of it a lot. It's really comfy too. Thank you so much, SE Activewear. I really appreciate it. And thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in a new one soon. Also, if you have video ideas, let me know. Like, don't gatekeep them. Let me know. SloanWellKnown@gmail.com, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.